Welcome once again to the 2015 USA Curling National Championships, live from Kalamazoo, Michigan in Wing Stadium, live from the ice box, the cooler. Alongside me is Olympic bronze medalist Pete Fenson and our producer B.A. Brian Anderson. My name is Joe Calabrese. We have a game feature matchup between Team Patty Lank and Team Kate Bert. Let's meet the teams.
Hi, I'm Patty, skip of Team Lank. My lead is Madison Lank, my daughter. My second is Anna Bowman, and my third is Maureen Stolt. Our coach is Pete Stolt, Maureen's husband.
Hi, I'm Kate Bert, skip of Team Bert. My lead is Sherry, my second is Emily, and my third is Steph.
And this is a game that's pretty important for Patty Lank, Pete, as she sits at 5-2. With a win, she can guarantee a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, right, Joe, and even equally important for Kate and her team as they're trying to keep themselves alive and make the playoffs themselves. Yeah,
we have a few teams at 3 and 4 that need Lank to kind of lose out, and they need to win out. So Kate Bert is one of those teams. Nina Roth and Debbie McCormick are the other two. Still alive technically, but going to need a little help.
Yeah, not the best position to be in any time you're in an event like this, and you're in control of your own destiny. It's definitely the way you want to keep it. But for Bert and her team, they just have to do the best they can with what they've got and hope for a little help.
And Sherry Schumer's first rock drifted into the rings. Patty Lank put up a corner guard, and now Sherry's going to be asked to come around that rock in the 12-foot.
The corner guard called by Patty Lank is pretty normal for her. She loves to have lots of rocks in play, and I expect to see that for the entire game today. She likes to put a lot of pressure on her opponent and likes to score in bunches.
Careful, 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 careful.
This needs to curl, get behind that guard.
That's fine. Nice weight, that one.
My team just came off of this sheet, and there's a lot of curl in it earlier today. It was a fantastic sheet for making lots of soft shots on.
So, hit and roll coming here for Lank. Madison. Little inside, a little light here.
Wow. You threw it great, Maddie.
So a little surprise in Patty's voice there. It looks like there's still a nice movement in sheet C this afternoon, especially with that soft weight. You can see there she actually hit the wrong rock.
Yeah. Kept her shooter in play, and Bert's going to have to deal with it. This is Emily Anderson, older of the Anderson sisters.
Yep. Gotta hurry now. Gotta hurry now. Gotta hurry now. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. Go, 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 go.
You can see the same problem there, Joe. The rock just turned over, and they can't hold it. There's just a little more swing in the ice, and the rocks are still very aggressive.
A great opportunity here for Lank to split the house, sit 2.
They want to make sure they get this to the tee line or even a little bit better to make sure that they don't leave a double. They've got one pretty well protected under that corner guard right now.
So this is Anna Bauman, second for Lank. Brusher's seem a little disinterested in sweeping this one. It might be a bit heavy.
I should have told her it's okay.
And right on through the house.
Yeah, good note by Patty there. She should have. I mean, that rock is fine if it's short. They've got the hammer. If it ends up a corner guard, it's still usable. Normally the rocks that end up in the corner never count. She's got to throw those to sweeping, especially in the first end when you're not sure of the speed.
So
I need a 7.
Bert is asking Emily Anderson to try to draw around this stone in the top 12-foot.
Right on. 6.
A lot of room yet.
Gotta go. Okay. Whoa, whoa. slow as you can. Like you got a foot and a half of room. Yep.
Trying to tuck a piece. Good judge of weight. Unfortunately, a little too much line there.
Fine.
Yeah, nice situation for Patty now. She's with hammer, hitting a rock in the middle and trying to roll it under the corner guard. Pretty nice spot for her to be in at this point.
Quickly, just take you around the sheets, let you know who's playing who. Over on sheet A, Erica Brown is playing Jordan Moulton. Erica sitting tied atop the standings at 6-1. Christensen is playing Kim Wapola here on sheet B. Christensen also at 6-1. Oh, double clips to a freeze.
Still surprising Patty there with that movement, even after she saw a couple of them come down the sheet. She had a lot of room there. She could have hit that right on the nose. It would have been just fine.
Not terrible either.
So Bert looking to protect their stone that's sort of corner frozen. So over on sheet D, Debbie McCormick is playing Aileen Sormanen. Sormanen also tied at 6-1. As we mentioned, McCormick sitting at 3-4 needs this win to stay alive. And over on sheet E, it's Nina Roth versus Joanne Smichai. Roth needs victory and some help from those playing Patty Lank to stay alive as well. This one also fooling Bert Rink, drifts on through, and now Patty has another opportunity. She can somehow get to the inside of that and flop.
A little surprising that that last call by Kate Bert. She had a chance to get rid of that red stone, but elected to throw a freeze.
Oh, little tick. And I think they may be sitting too. Yes, look at the overhead there. Some good sweeping there. Pretty decent result, but does leave a hit coming back, maybe to get rid of both stones. This is Steph Jensen.
Yep. Whoa! Yep! Yep! Yay! Hard girl, hard!
They want to try and keep this on the nose. If it crosses face, it could stick it on the back one.
Jams it on the back, but it sits shot stone. Pretty well protected over there.
Nice little break there. The fact that they stayed for shot, at least they make.
Yeah, about another 6 inches or so. Patty's drawn open for 3. Instead, she's going to have to make a difficult freeze on this stone that's overburied.
A great spot for this one, Joes. If they just get it past the first yellow and hide a corner, they can leave it for a little later if they want to tap it onto that rock.
Holy cow.
Yeah, very light here.
That was way faster than that.
So both the turn and the weight seems to be eluding both teams a little bit here in the first end. I have a theory this is the uphill portion of the sheet, and coming back's downhill. We'll see how it turns out.
She just noses it though. For one.
So Kate's got to look for a spot here to put a rock that can't be doubled.
Looks like she's going to the middle. I think I like this over to the open side and try and keep those rocks further apart.
Top four, you're like
She's just trying to force Patty to 1 here.
You're not going to get a steal here.
But not by a whole hell of a lot.
Sorry, we have some technical difficulties on the video. We'll get that back up as soon as we can. There we go.
I think going this way, it still moved quite a bit, didn't it, way out here? It's just T. Well, top four, top four, top four.
So she's calling this top 4, Joe. If it ends up
Where
top
am I?
4,
Okay.
there's a likely double there for Patty.
Yeah, get out of this end and maybe you open up a chance for a multiple point score.
Down to the back one, maybe. Staff down to the back
I
one.
like down to the back one a lot better than top 4.
Yeah, it's got to be T or better. I don't think it's any good for them at all above the T line.
Yep. No doubles. Yep. Yep. No double. Yep.
Look at that walk over there.
All right.
Is that high enough
The
that
weight
the
was
double's
good.
really not in
Great.
play?
Good job, guys.
No, I think double's pretty natural here.
Those rocks are so close together, I think that double's pretty makeable.
Yep.
Kate really had no business throwing this over this direction. And much safer to go the other way with the in-turn and keep these rocks as far apart as possible.
Yeah, I suppose if you completely miss, on the open side, you're still sitting 1. You're still totally buried. It's not the end of the world. You put these close together and bad things can happen. Let's see if Patty can take advantage of this. So it's her first stone of the first end.
She's seen this track a couple of times. She should have a pretty good idea of how much it's going to curl.
Hard! Hard!
Wow.
Hard!
This is fooling everybody. Might be right through the hole.
Got 10 and a half.
Maybe a little light.
Top 4 or top 12.
10.5. I'm not sure
Yeah, black up the fourth.
what weight she was playing exactly. She didn't have to throw it very hard because they're so close together. But the important thing is to find a weight that's going to run properly for the amount of ice that's put down there. And you can see that one over curled by a foot.
We're going to put Mickey Mouse ears on the 4-foot. That way she either has to throw a double or she's got to come through a port or something.
Pete, I learn something every day. Mickey Mouse ears on the 4-foot.
Well, she's just trying to make as tough a situation for Patty as she can.
Considering all the difficulty they've had, both teams have had drawing. I like this idea. Really take away both sides of the 4-foot. Draw it through a very tiny port.
Just even. Careful. Stay close at the end. Top 12 is better than deep. Just right here. Just right here. Easy, 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 easy. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wants to make sure that they get the depth of this rock correct so that
Sit down. Alright, Kate.
Patty can't just nose it with sideboards.
And I think that drifted about 3-4 inches too deep.
Patty's trying to decide if there's a triple there.
Where would the first rock go is the question. Where does it
Well, that
eject?
might be there. She's got to hit it real thin. Might spin it through the hole.
Kind of over the top of the one on the side 8.
She's playing it into the side of the one on the third shot and through the hole between the two reds.
I see.
And then shoot her onto the rock on the top of the 4-foot for 3. That might be there. It's a pretty natural double though, so even if she doesn't make contact with the yellow,
Should probably get her 1.
yeah, pretty makeable shot for 1.
Yep. So if it's just as difficult for 1 as for 3, you might as well go for 3.
Well, she's got a nose hit for 1 that she can throw on that rock on the 4-foot if she wants to. But she thinks she can make this for 3.
Throwing the out turn again.
Trying to throw a nice straight one here so it doesn't turn over.
And sticks it for 1. Good attempt there. Maybe had to hit it a little thinner.
It might have been there.
But as it stands, Patty Lank leads Kate Bert 1-0 going into the second end. Thanks to the generosity of the curling community, this web streaming is being brought to you live. At this time, we want to thank some special donors, Bill Peskoff of the Plainfield Curling Club and Russ Lemke of the Cape Cod Curling Club, who combined contributed more than half the funds needed to ensure that you're able to watch these national championships live. Thanks a lot, Bill and Russ. Appreciate it. So, some of the games have finished their first end. So, Nina Roth over on Chidi took 2 in the first and leads Mechai 2-0. McCormick steals 1 in the first, and Stormrainer will have the hammer in the second over there. Wapola stole 1 in the first and leads Christensen 1-0. And rocks are being kicked over here on sheet A. Kind of looks like Brown maybe got 2. That's what it sort of looks like. It's hard to tell. We'll see in a minute.
Here we go. I got 94.
So back to our feature sheet here.
Gotta go. 4.
Madison Lank. They were trying to go in into the 4-foot here. Looking like it may only make the 12.
Wow.
A pretty good sweep
Overcurled
job
again.
there just to catch the paint, I think.
Yeah. Really struggling here with line on this sheet early.
Yep.
And Brown did score 2 in the first over on sheet A, so takes a 2-0 lead over Jordan Moulton.
One thing to keep an eye on when the ice has this much curl in it is the rotation, the number of rotations that the players are putting on the rock.
Careful,
It's important to keep enough, probably 3.5 or so revs on the handle of the rock to make sure that the line stays good.
So we're having a difficult time with the audio for Lank's team. I think maybe one of the mics is muted. We're not hearing any audio now, so I'm pretty sure that Maureen's may be off. So audio may be kind of limited at times. And Madison throws this one through. Again, just really struggling with line and weight here. Just making the basic shots.
Yeah, just a little trouble with her adjustment there. She needed to add just a couple feet of weight and wasn't able to manage that little tiny adjustment that she needed.
So Bert has a wide corner guard. Kind of looks like she's going to make some sort of play on this rock in the house.
That corner that she's got on the side of the 12-foot is
Right off.
usable, but so far over there that it's
Spinner.
doesn't leave her much rings to work with.
Less than ideal, and this one
No spinners there. Okay.
on flashes. So Lank going to try to put something back in the center without hammer.
Peeling the guard here is not a bad option for Patty either with a 1-point lead, just to keep things all cleaned up.
This one looks like it may be a bit heavy too.
All there. You want it?
Trying to come down now. I'm looking for top 8, taking it to the tee. Taking that back there, helps them a little in that the roll would wind up behind the tee line. But
He should come outside in,
Yeah, the one thing that Kate Bert has going for her here is the corner guard, and
Control.
she's going to do everything she can here to try and use it in this end.
10. Okay.
so this is Emily Anderson.
Whoa, whoa, girls, whoa. All right, yep, we'll go that way. Yep, gotta hurry. Gotta hurry.
They're going to try and roll it under the red one.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Plan
whoa,
B.
whoa, whoa.
Maybe overcooked it a bit. And spins it out.
So a little extra weight maybe. It really does make a difference when she throws a little harder. Obviously, it runs straighter, and that's exactly what happened to her there, and never got up to where they needed it to hit and stay or hit and roll under the guard.
I think I heard 7 out of hand. Would be T-line.
Looks like it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem like it's grinding the way the last one did. And Kate sweeps it to the back 12. So with a couple Lank stones in the house, Kate's going to look to hit and roll.
Trying to roll over in front of the red one and just cause Patty a little bit more headache. Force her to navigate that back stone.
Yep, gotta go hard, girls. Hard, 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 hard. Okay.
Hit and a roll out. This allow Patty to maybe put something back in the center again.
Quite a bit less weight there, it looked like, on that second stone, and you can see how much more it curled all the way across the face.
You know, some teams add a little rotation to try to, control that curl, but as we've seen, when the rotation was up, it just didn't curl at all. Been pretty tricky out there so far in this game. Okay, so Lankstone winds up on the 4-foot, and Bert's going to try to hit and roll under, I think. Sort of in between. Not a bad result.
That's fine, Steph.
Would have loved to clip the one in the back, but
That's still not too bad. Kate can use that rock in the back of the house if she needs to.
so they didn't get the roll, and this is also something that could be jammed. So Maureen Stolt is going to be looking to hit and try to roll a little bit, stay in the house.
Trying to just roll to her right and drive that yellow one past the red in the back.
So that sticks it in the back. Opportunity here for Bert. Looking for a big roll.
Control.
So you can see just by the angle on the screen that the roll to the shooter's right looks a little easier to me. There's a little bit more room to tap it past the yellow and stay in the house, but they're playing it across the face. Roll it towards the corner guard.
Okay,
A little
whoa.
bit trickier.
Wow! No! Yep.
Says Steph Jensen.
Yep.
This looks pretty good. Oh, just a little too much.
Okay.
That late curl still fooling all the players out there a little bit right now.
Do you just want to hit this? They have hammer. Sorry. Okay. I was like, there you go. I got ya.
Patty was thinking she was gonna draw in line too.
Yeah. Maybe forgot what color stone she was. That can happen every once in a while. At least she didn't throw the different color stone. This is looking more and more like a blank end. Not a lot of protection at that corner guard. But if Patty rolls out here, it's a good spot for Bert to hide. So Patty's got to stay in the house and make Kate deal with this somehow.
Yeah, she wants to keep her away from that corner guard for sure.
Yup.
Got this going maybe.
Yeah, that early sweep isn't what I want to hear with this much curl in the ice. If I'm Patty.
Sweep.
Just enough to remove
Good
it.
night, Nate.
So Bert's going to come around that corner guard. First rock that she threw this end. Now the only rock of importance.
A nice chance here for Kate with a 2-on-1 situation here. Patty only has one shot left. If Kate can get this around that guard and keep it above the T line, she can give herself a chance for a deuce.
Maybe an inch more. What? Tiny, tiny, tiny bit more. Yeah, I just don't want to be on the other side of that center line at all. I want it to be able to go. Just tee.
So she's got about 5 feet of ice for this draw.
5. Whoa! Whoa!
Big curl here today.
Okay. Breaking.
Still a lot of room there.
Yeah, looks a little heavy.
It's going to stop though. And I think that's an alert sweeping call there. Don't sweep it more under that corner. It's pretty open as it is. Sweep it any more, you may have about a half a rock instead of 3/4.
Yeah, if it's too buried and back of the tee, Patty's gonna just throw the freeze in there and force anyway. So this way, she's gonna play the tap out. Kate should likely have some sort of a shot for the blank.
So Patty looking for the short tap. Get it out of the rings. Keep her shooter in the rings.
Yep, hard! Hard!
Started this over the center line. We'll see if they can hold
whoa,
it.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, nicely done. Probably would have loved a little flop under the guard, but
Good sweep.
as it stands, well accomplished. Got that
Yeah.
stone out.
Do you want to come the same way?
Gonna make Bert throw the. Ooh, a draw down for one.
Cute. Yep. Full weight. Okay.
Pete, I think you got all that stone.
Oh, she's got plenty of that for the blank. I'm not real clear on why she's throwing the draw for one.
I thought he was going to wreck on that guard. Nice shot.
I don't understand this.
Well, Kate must be a little bit afraid of wrecking on that guard, giving up one. But it's early, I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, that's not that risky. I mean,
Yeah, if you
she
wreck,
throws
you
it hard,
may still wind up in the 8-foot.
Okay, girls. Wait, can't hurt it. Okay.
when the weight's thrown up a little bit, those rocks run nice and straight anyway. I wouldn't
Keep going.
see it to be a problem.
Great
As
sweeping,
it
guys.
stands, they got to get it into the 8-foot, and they do. And Kate Bert ties this game up at 1 after 2. And Patty Lank will have the hammer in the third. Who's the best on Wall Street or in all of corporate Manhattan when it comes to curling? We're going to find out at Chelsea Piers March 12th and send the winners home with a real cool new trophy that will back up their bragging rights. USA Curling is planning to hold their first Manhattan Curling Club at Chelsea Piers on Thursday, March 12th. This unique experience is limited to 20 teams and includes coaching and instruction with the guy to my left, Pete Fenson, and Jessica Schultz, plus USA Curling honorary team captain Vernon Davis, two-time Pro Bowl tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. At its core, this is a fundraiser to help support America's up-and-coming and elite curlers, and it's dedicated to putting USA Curling back on the top of the podium. But it's also an exclusive opportunity for you to bring your business partners and colleagues out for an evening of camaraderie with just the right mix of competitiveness. Along with dinner and refreshments, every participant is also going to receive their own customized carbon fiber curling broom. Get all the details at usacurling.org and look for the link, Curling in NYC. It's a pretty exciting idea.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I remember when I got the call, I thought that sounded like a great event, and it's something real unique. So should be fun.
You hear all the stories about when the Olympics come on and how Wall Street seems pretty excited about curling, and they, after work they head down and they watch the curling on the NBC networks, and this is an opportunity to involve them in a new way, as a participant rather than just as a spectator.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Pretty exciting.
Tight. All the way over. Over, girls. Get it
Gotta
over.
get this rock over.
Whew. That's fine.
And they do, so long center guard. And Patty's just going to come around.
I think Patty wants to keep this one nice and high in the house, probably top 8. Just because that guard's so long, the closer she can keep it together, the tougher it'll be for Kate to use it.
Yeah, this is a mistake I think, at the club level you see a lot of times, is that see a long guard, and if you're going to come around and then they sweep it all the way to the tee line, and it kind of makes that guard ineffective for you at all. And people can just follow it down, tap it, create some good situations for themselves. This way over curled, well around that guard, and Bert's going to have an opportunity to hit this stone, get under to the top 8 foot.
That last rock, the handle looked a little lazy, and that sure makes a difference. You can see that rock curled almost 6 feet, which isn't really, it's not really 6 feet of curl in the ice right now, but with that lack of rotation, the rocks have a tendency to take off and over curl.
Well, you said, I think, before you thought 3.5 was sort of the minimum amount of rotation you wanted to draw on ice like this?
Yeah, I wouldn't throw any less than that. I talked to Heath and the guys earlier today when we played on this sheet, and I told them to make sure that they kept it up, even if they added a rev of rotation to start with, just so they can control the rock a little better and help them manage that curl. And if they need one to go, it's still going to curl. The rocks are nice and sharp, and we didn't really have any problem with that today.
How much is that something that you practice at this level?
Well, it has become something that we practice and try and master, because when we play on club ice, the rock ice is a little straighter and the rocks are a little less aggressive. We need to take some rotation off to get the curl, and need to be able to add it back in when we come here and play in arenas where the rocks are sharp and the pebble is nipped properly. Dave Stavatag and the crew are just they're so good at putting curl in the ice and putting down a fantastic surface for everybody to play on. It's really a pleasure to play on it when it's like this.
So the Bert rink is going to ignore that one that Lank has in the side 12. This one kind of looks like it's warping in there too.
All the way. See if you can get a biter out of it. That's fine. That's fine. Whoa, that's fine.
Lines up as a center guard. Bert looking to steal, I guess, at this point. Some guards with some maximum separation. You're not going to get much further apart than those two.
Yeah, and that one close to the rings now is actually a pretty good guard. It's pretty easy to get all the way around it still. And you can see it sticking out almost all the way. If Kate needs to use it to tap it in there, she can. Or run it in this case, maybe.
Yeah, she may need to. Lank's going to try to come around or get there first.
3, 4.
This is Anna Bauman.
Once again, they want to keep this nice and high in the house. And
you can see this one has a little more rotation than the previous rock. And at the end, it's still going to bury as it slows down.
Yeah, nice amount of finish.
Yep. Probably could have swept it a little more.
You can see the edge of it, probably.
Yep. Bert looking to punch this out. That's a lot of ice.
Yeah, it's probably for back ring weight. I don't think Kate's a little fooled by how many they've had over curl.
Yeah!
Well, they're on it early, so must have been pinched in a bit.
Whoa, right off.
A little more than hack weight, it looks like.
No. No, not at all. Not at all.
Look at
Not
that
at
warp
all.
in.
Not at all. All the way to it. All the way to it. All the way to it. That's fine.
Pretty good result. Gets that off the 8-foot, rolls
fine.
towards the Lank stone. Probably would have rather been, stayed right there, but
Not too bad where it ended up, because the likelihood of Patty leaving her 2 rocks close together here is pretty good. She can't roll real far to the right without jamming the yellow one.
this looks like it's over curling. May jam the one in the back. I think everything leaves. Yep. So a nice opportunity for Bert here now. Get themselves buried somehow.
And she actually has her last, that yellow rock that's right close to the rings. She can go to school on how much that curled when she puts the stick down for this one.
Steph Jensen here.
Looks like that's a little hot. They need to keep this above the tee line, but I don't think they're going to hold it here. It looks like it's sailing still.
Pete, I'm impressed with your ice reading skills. The other last few announcers had stopwatches up here. Pete knew it right out of hand. Reading the body language of those sweepers. Like it. A little deep. Now Patty has a chance to come around. So first one of the 4-foot wins.
I was telling my boys I can judge weight from the tee line or from the glass, but I can't judge it from over the top of the rock.
When you get up here, we're pretty high up here in the booth. It's sometimes easier to see from up high, and
Yep, line's real good.
I never had the benefit of that. I'm a pretty short guy.
Hard, guys,
But
finish
if they've
it.
got the distance here, this one's going to be good.
Good sweep.
Just a couple more feet of weight, and it's probably
Forward.
dead buried. Top 4.
So she took a little less slice, I think, this time than the last time. I think she's figured out something here. Try to stick this one and stay right there.
Yeah, she can probably end up real close to nose.
Little. Whoa, right off.
That guard's so long that she's going around.
This is really nice weight.
Yeah, I think she just told her to throw the same weight as her
Yeah.
last shot.
Yeah.
Real good.
Same way to work. Gets it out of the back. Nicely done by Steph Jensen. And Lank looking to slash this out with the one that's just outside the top 12.
10. A 10.
A 10, so Patty's looking for something just probably.
Whoa.
10, what you would call control kind of weight.
Yeah, it looks like it. Everybody's systems are a little different.
Yep.
Some people use a 10 as, just through the house. That was obviously a little heavier than that.
So jams it instead of slashing over the
Nice
top.
shot, by the
And
way.
Bert's still line 1.
Edge of the 12.
Now can come around on the outturn side. New path here.
And the good news for Patty is she did kick that other yellow one in the open, so she can see the whole thing if she
Like top 8.
needs it.
Half buried would be okay, I think.
Sormanen took 1 over there on sheet D. In the second, they're tied with McCormick at 1. Christensen took 2 in the second, and now leads Wapola 2-1. And Jordan Moulton takes 1 in the second, trails Erica Brown 2-1. There's a blank over on GD. Roth is still leading 2-0.
Got room. Wait. Yep. Pago. Yep.
Yes for Wade.
Hard. Yep. All the way here, guys. Yep. Looks great. Looks real good. Yep.
This looks really nice with the weights there.
Stay above the tee.
Trying to get it to the top of the
Above
forefoot
the
and
tee.
above the tee. You can hear
Above the
Kate.
tee. Okay. Thanks. Great sweeping, guys.
Yep.
She wants to make sure she keeps it above the tee so Patty doesn't have anything to freeze to in there.
Almost curled a little too much.
Well, she had the benefit of that other stone in the 12-foot. So if it does, poke its nose out from behind the center guard like it did here, at least it's still, buried. Patty has to make a double now. Looks like just a nose hit.
Needs a curl. Sticks it over the top.
All right.
And Bert still lies 1.
I would actually not even mind.
That rock has traveled all over this sheet. Not out.
You know what? It's gotta
Marine
be
Stoll had a chance there to sweep that a little and at least make the double.
Yeah.
If they hit it early or even in the middle of the sheet and try and hold the line, probably would have made it across the face.
So just that lonely long center guard now for Bert to draw behind. But if she makes it good, it's going to force Patty to shot for 1. No blank opportunity.
You guys didn't have to sweep a ton, did you? Okay.
Kate really just needs to get this on the paint somewhere to force.
About the same. Little less. Okay. They're going for weight.
Well,
Lots of room,
hold
guys.
on. Whoa.
Up if you can.
Can't go.
Wait if you
Can't
can.
go yet. No. Gotta wait.
Wait if you
Yep.
can.
Yep.
Gotta wait for it to break off the face of that red one.
Top
I
4.
think the weight looks pretty good.
Top 4.
At least even with the other one.
Guys,
It's
shoot.
okay.
That's okay.
Right on the button, maybe a little deep. Patty can come down and bump that for her single.
Well, Kate was asking for it to be top 4, and that's even deep enough so that Patty can just hit it on the nose. The only place she could have went there to, maybe force Patty to draw against 2 is top 8. Maybe make Patty throw the in turn around the other way.
So final stone here in the 3rd. Patty Lank looking for her single. Rocks away. Little panic there, but got the job done. Patty Lank scores her single here in the 3rd, leads Kate Bert 2-1, going into the 4th. The Curling in the Gym program, made possible by a P&G Team USA Youth Sports Fund grant, is designed to expand knowledge and access to the sport of curling while increasing physical activity in elementary school children. Curling in the Gym includes all materials and equipment needed for a physical education teacher or community program leader without experience in the sport to run an 8 to 10 session program. Contact Kim at the USA Curling National Office if your club is interested in borrowing the equipment. We got a tweet here we're going to throw up on the screen. If you're interested in getting out here, all you got to do is tweet at us at hashtag 2015 Nats. Solid game this morning. against Kate Dropkin and company back on the ice at 4.
That's right. They played good this morning. Heath and company are starting to get it going.
Yeah, there were sort of a logjam around the men's side of this championships. Trying to avoid time again, Pete, for webcasting purposes only. I think we're going to do about 24 games if there's no tiebreakers. Tiebreakers are always exciting, though.
That's okay, as long as we can get her to the center, then we're good. Yeah, that's good, Maddie.
All right, so center guard there for Madison. And Kate Bert still going to look to put up a corner guard. We might have some offense this end. So Erica Brown scores a single in the third, leads Jordan Moulton 3-1.
Okay, 2's good. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Meachai scores 1 in the third, trails Roth 2-1.
2. Okay. Whoa for a second. Whoa for a second. Whoa for a second. Easy, 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 easy.
Sometimes
Easy.
I forget that spinners keep going.
Yeah. That's fine. Nice shot.
We appear to have audio from Patty again, thanks to our fearless leader, Terry Kolesser.
So the center guard on this end is a little closer to the house and a little bit more usable. So Patty's called it around. Top 8, top 4.
7. Just clean. Okay.
For that late curl here.
Nice shot.
And it's big. You can see when they turn over how
Yeah.
hard they go.
Yep.
Actually stuck out the other side just a little bit.
Do you want to try it?
Okay.
Or do you just want to draw?
Either way.
Either one? Board.
Your team employs the tick shot pretty regularly. Is this a good opportunity for something like that?
Well, the tick shots, I mean, very usable in a situation where you have the hammer like this when Kate wants to score. She can come down and tick the center, make 2 corners.
What you got?
At this point,
Board. Yep, a little bit.
this is probably a good call. That tick would have been a
Yep.
little better call probably on her first one.
Yes. Real good. Yep, 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 yep.
Trying to come
yep,
around
yep.
and get to the shot
Yep,
rock.
yep.
They're going to
Keep
tick it.
roll. Yep, 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 yep.
And redirect
Easy, 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 easy.
into the house.
That's fine. That's good too.
That's fine.
So the result winds up that Patty's got to deal with something in the forefoot rather than reestablishing that center guard. So not a great result, but not the worst result.
Yeah, she moved the guard over and can actually get at that one on the button now. I think it's all the way wide open.
So Anna Bauman asked to remove that Bert Stone.
All right.
No roll in either direction.
And that's fine. That's a extremely tough double if that's what Kate was thinking. So if Patty rolls a little bit to the outside, it actually probably makes it easier. So Kate's going to try and roll under the corner guard.
Just normal.
Get 10, I think.
9, 9.5.
Nine and a half.
Not yet.
9.75.
Not at all.
Christensen stole 3 in the third end, now leads 5-1 over Kimopola. Christensen's been on fire since losing
Yeah.
their first game.
That wasn't.
Nope, that wasn't crazy at all.
Yeah, they've gotten really comfortable with the ice and the speed. They're drawing well. They're making lots of shots.
The high performance programs utilize all 5 players generally, and this is a team, a Christensen team, has changed last rock throwers, used all 5 players, and just seems to keep clicking.
6, 7, 8. Coming down.
Yeah,
6.
they've got a lot of talent on the team, and you know, they do have some options when they want to start changing the lineup, and I think they've played around a little bit and tried to figure out what's working and what works best.
It seems like everything's working best right now. It's nice when you have all that talent. You got a lot of choices, and they all seem to work. So that draw a little deep, but directly buried.
Almost fine.
Yeah.
Bert's not liking the looks of this. Going to open things up.
It really isn't all that bad for Kate since it's so deep.
Yep,
She could
yep,
go around
yep,
that guard,
yep,
but
yep. All the way, Steph. All the way, Steph.
choosing to open it up a little.
That's okay.
Suppose his shot stone kicks their shooter over a little bit. Problem is when you never get all the way out, the opposing stones start accumulating in the house. So Maureen Stoltz with a solid game so far, 84%. Looking to draw around.
Patty's just called this high in the house to try and get in front of that other red stone in the back of the 4-foot.
It's pretty good result there. Covers it up. It's in the 8-foot. Does allow the double back.
Yeah, or just the roll under that yellow guard would be fantastic. Even if she doesn't make the double in the 4-foot, if she can get one under that guard, she'll give herself a chance for 2.
Steph Jensen fires out of the hack.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa, 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 right off.
And no double. No roll under. I think their 3rd shot. Not the result they were looking for there. Maureen can essentially replace that stone, make it a little better.
This time Patty is going under the guard here, trying to get it buried in the top of the 4-foot. Gotta be careful now, it's coming out the other side. It's actually over curling.
I think they stopped sweeping just in time there. It's still a usable stone on the outturn side for them.
What? I'm not peeling either. Up to you.
Looks like Kate's also got the outturn on the one that Patty just threw, maybe. She might be able to roll under the corner guard.
We talked about peeling. I think it's a little late for that.
Roll.
Well, she could peel the yellow one onto the one in the 4-foot.
Yeah.
Roll to the right, keep things open.
The call here is in-turn hit and roll.
Right off.
That's what they're playing.
Stay
The problem with
close.
this roll is she rolls it
Nope.
behind the guard. It's still behind the tee line,
Not at all.
which means
Not at
Patty
all.
can just come down and
Not at all.
freeze.
As it stands, it's going to roll to the 12-foot. Winds up, I think, 2nd shot. Graphics are in the way of the red in the back.
Yeah, I think it's 2nd.
There we go. Yep, 2nd shot.
So that at least causes Patty to have to make some sort of a decision since that stayed for 2nd.
Okay, you got it. Like, yeah. That's pro side.
So we've lost Patty's microphone. I think she had to take it off. So Just Lear and Maureen now for Lank.
I'm a little surprised at the call here. The fact that she's throwing this short of the house.
Is that the call?
Yeah, she called the guard. I think that red one's partially open, and I still think Kate can come in there with about hack weight and tap it out.
Line's good.
Patty could actually go right in, just past
Lots of
her
line, lots of line.
shot rock into the 4-foot, even if it's not fully buried.
Line's getting better. Yep, yep.
Well, this is definitely in the house.
Whoa, you got line. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, hard. Hard.
Got to get it past the shot rock. Doesn't want to leave it double.
Just nudges shot.
I think that's pretty good.
Push it back.
Yeah, like hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can see half of it probably.
Yep. Doesn't even have to be, but just to.
Can you see that? You probably can't see that top guy. Yeah, okay.
All right, hack. So, board.
Yeah, I think she's got to get rid of
Control
shot
it
rock
straight
now.
Right there.
Yeah.
She's got to move it from in front of the 4-foot. It's
Perfect
just
there. Like, we can get pretty.
so she can leave herself at least a draw for the save.
Okay.
Yep.
Hack weight. Push it back. A little bit of a roll would be great. I think if we nose it, we're not shot, but I don't want a huge roll either. So let's just get to as much nose as possible. With hack.
So hack weight. Kate's just trying to tap this out and roll into the open.
No. Fair. Nope. Here it comes. Nope.
Oh, it's really got to break.
Doesn't go.
Right on by.
Weight looked pretty
good,
close. I
yeah.
think she just had a little too much ice for that.
Is that more board or?
So we leave it up short, we give her the whole 4. I think so. Yeah, it should jam on that. Okay, yep.
I think we just stay there because I hit and roll off.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a normal draw, and if I freeze on top, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Patty's coming in close to the ring. She said if she freezes, she's okay with that. She has to be careful that she doesn't. Well, I think that back rock is probably 4th, so no danger here, I don't think. She's trying to choke off the draw, really make it tough on Kate to score.
Well, Patty Lank with her last stone of the end.
Close. Whoa. Yep,
Weight's
yep.
not too bad. Just waiting for the
Whoa,
line.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Taps it up.
Shot.
That's awfully good.
Yeah. There's no getting down to that one.
Well, I think Kate's just got to draw the side of the button.
I think just draw. You got a piece of the button.
Yep. 2 button. Yep. So she had T. She had a little more. She had more than T. She was here. I think we need to be here.
Okay.
Edge of the 8.
Maybe
Maybe a little hair less.
yeah.
Yeah.
They should know the ice here. This is exactly
Come on, Bat.
where they threw the shootout before the game.
Mm-hmm.
chunk of the white.
Need to make sure they take enough ice so that they keep the shooter off those top two red.
T-weight. That's plenty.
No line.
Back. No, never.
Where's
Nope.
weight?
Oh boy, this looks heavy.
Never, 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 never.
Kate didn't
Never
like
for
it
weight.
right as she let it go. She said it was plenty.
Where's she at?
Needs to sit down just to give up one.
Gone.
That is gone. So
Sorry,
steal a
Steph.
3 here for Patty Lank in the 4th, and she's going to go up on Kate Bert 5-1. Every summer, junior curlers have the opportunity to beat the heat at junior camps across the country. Keep an eye out for more information on these camps in the coming months. It's a great way for juniors to tune up in the off-season while making connections with curlers from across the country. So, quick look at the scoreboards. Moulton scores 1 in the 4th and trails 3-2. Wapola scores 1 in the 4th, trails 5-2 to Christensen. Over on sheet D, they're trading singles, and it's 2-2 in the 5th. That would be McCormick and Sormanen. And over on sheet E, Nina Roth has a 2-1 lead over Joyance Michai. And on your left, you can see some of the rankings so far. It's for leads. I'll rotate through to different positions in the standings and things like that. There's your scoreboard. So, Lank gonna draw into the house, I'm sure, with a 4-point lead. No reason to complicate matters with guards out front.
Let's go. Digging in. The curls a lot again. Slow.
So just a corner guard called by Kate Bert, trying to generate a little offense here,
Just a 3. Yep.
get their deuce and close the gap a little bit.
See the team percentages after 4. Like, pretty much dominating so far this game.
All the way.
It's reflected
Pull it
in the
over.
scoreboard.
Careful. Good shot, Cherry.
I'm sweeping. Using my eyes right now.
Maureen and Patty really dominating the battles at 3rds and 4ths.
8, 7, 6, 7. This is in the 4-foot area. Let's go. 4, 5.
Things curling off the map. That one, you can see what we were talking about earlier, the lack of rotation.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it just causes the rocks just to take off like that, and you can't
I don't mind
control
going
them.
under.
I don't think we can.
We're down 4.
Hit 'em.
I don't like the hit at all. Just hit it.
Normal. Normal.
Yep.
So front end discussion there. Down 4. Hitting might not be the best way to go about getting back in it, but what alternative do they have, Pete?
Not yet.
Well, they threw the corner guard there for a reason.
Not yet.
And one good option is to throw the draw around the corner.
Atta girl.
The other thing they can do, they could have frozen in that pocket right in between the two reds that they just removed. That makes it real tough for, a little tougher for Patty to get rid of it, but
As it stands, they make the double. Now Patty can just rip that guard. Really no consequence at all.
and they're going to fire it in towards the one in the house and try and make the double.
And they stick it. So Bert's fortunate here that there's a guard that remains. She can still draw under.
I need a 6. You got it.
It'd be nice if they could keep this above the other yellow, just to eliminate any opportunity for a cross-house double.
Just looking at the fourth statistical rankings.
Room right now.
11 fourths so far. The top 2 are from the same team. It's pretty strong indication that Christensen's team is here to contend.
Yep. Now you can. No. Oh. Don't touch then.
See at third also. When they switch places, it's not any better for the opposition. Yeah, really dominating at the top of these rankings is Christensen. So nicely done around the corner guard there by the Bert team. Emily Anderson gets around that guard.
Patty wants to just, if not make the double, at least roll over in that direction and try and get the rocks closer together.
And unfortunately, rolls the other direction. I think Bert's probably shot rock here. It's tough to tell from this angle. Look at the overhead real quick. Absolutely. Could just draw around that guard again, couldn't you, Pete?
Yeah, really no reason to hit this again, Joe. She should probably consider throwing another one in the ring somewhere, down 5-1.
You could use this as a guard, too, theoretically.
Absolutely. As much curl as there is out there right now, that's definitely usable as a guard.
Yep, you gotta go, girls. You really gotta go. Go for a piece. Gotta go for a piece. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
So it stands, they kick it out of the house, but their rock doesn't stay. Really, that was the important part of that shot. So another half rock, or half shot there that was more like a miss.
Yeah, definitely a miss. The rock they were hitting was second shot, so not really putting much pressure on Patty here. She's trying to decide if she should peel the guard or run the guard back. Have to be a little careful with running the guard in, just because they want to make sure that they either make it perfectly or roll the guard off so they don't leave it there for Kate Bert.
So the miss here is probably a little on the high side. Sort of like this.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all with the lead that they've got.
So Steph Jensen here. Looking to make a draw. Split the house.
1-5. I need like a 6.
As it stands, Kate's set up for the junior deuce, so to speak.
You got to make sure they get the distance right here so they don't leave
All the way, bring them even. All the way.
any doubles.
All the way hard. All the way, all the way, all the way. As even as you can. Really good sweeping.
Even so, Patty's still just going to want to roll over across the house and try and get close to the other yellow. With that being as high in the house as it is, just a couple of nose hits, and Kate will have to roll it on herself, and which means she has to roll it towards the yellow one in order to get it on the rings.
So this rolls away. Second shot.
Out a little bit.
And Bert figured out, don't need to hit this one. Oh, I was wrong.
Doesn't need to hit this one either. She can throw this right to the tee line where she threw the other one.
They changed their mind. It looked like she tapped behind the stone. I thought they were going to try to duck one under there, but
9.5.
Okay.
Yep.
10.5.
this call's got a little danger. If you hit it a little outside, you roll out, and Lank hits that, and you're blank in the end when you had a real good chance for a 2 or more.
Close. No.
Not yet.
Close though.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, pretty simple
It's
two here
coming.
if they just
That's coming.
uh,
See if you can get a wee bit of a roll on.
split the house. And
Perfect.
All right, so they're on the house, still sitting 2.
Making shots again. All right. Nice sweeping.
So the angle of this, still Patty can hit and roll towards that stone. Group things back together again.
Yeah, she just wants to roll across the house as far as she can. I think the double's there. The angles are pretty good for the double, but it's pretty long, so she just wants to make sure she hits it on the high side somewhere.
Looking at the scoreboard, Nina Roth put up a 4 spot in the 4th end. Now leads Joanne Smeechai 6-1.
Roll it over. Roll.
It's a really nice stone right there. Didn't make the double, but grouped it back together again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great shot
I think we
getting
have
those rocks so
point
close.
this
She should
way,
have
don't we?
some sort of a shot at a double on her last one.
So Kate's going to have to hit and try to roll away.
I don't know. Have we thrown any hits over here? I know it moves this way. Let's try this.
Control.
Yeah, nothing exciting. Like a 10.
Kate looking to play the boring hit and roll as opposed to the exciting one.
I'm gonna throw a 10 at it. Try and roll center. Okay. Just think about half of the rock. I didn't realize there's that big of a space between them. Okay. Should be good. So a 10. Nope. Stay close.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. No. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Yep. Really? Okay. Yep. Yep.
You gotta go
This is
here.
fast. Yep.
Easy. No.
I'm
No.
trying to
no.
get it to roll to the middle.
There you go.
Nice shot.
Well done.
So the call there, 10.5. So she sounds like she was just a little heavier than she was trying to be, and
Come on top.
didn't get all the curl that she was looking for. But
Made it more exciting than she wanted to. So caption this photo. See Anna Bauman and Mackenzie Lank there. I'm sorry, Madison Lank. Thank you, Brian, in my head. Too many Lanks. Here's Patty. Looking to erase yellow or 2 from the house. This
throwing
one's,
the weight up.
This one's moving. It's
Gonna
close.
hit it off nose.
And Bert's going to have a nose hit for 2 here.
Same thing? Yeah. Same. Nice. Yep.
It's pretty close there, Pete.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit tight. You can see she threw it nice and hard, and Lots of rotation. Trying to get a little action off the first yellow. I didn't know she could still throw it that hard.
She's still one of the few gals out here, and actually even the men who are using the lift.
If we hit it on Steph's side, it won't hurt too much. Nope. Right off. Whoa. Right off. Close though. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard.
Look at this thing come in.
All the way. Yep. All the way.
Well controlled by the front end, and Kate Bert gets her deuce. And as they go into the fifth end break, Patty Lank is going to have a 5-3 lead and the hammer. If you're looking for an exciting career at USA Curling, then this organization has a job for you. They're currently hiring an accounting and administrative manager. If you've got a background in bookkeeping or accounting and want to learn more about the position, contact Sandy at the USA Curling National Office. So, a lot of games in the fifth end break right now. There's not much to show you. So, yeah, we'll just talk to you real quickly about the Roth-Michai game. It's over on sheet E. Roth, it looks like she's sitting 2. I think she just stole 2 and is up 8-1 going into the break. So I think what we'll do is we'll take our break too, since everyone's in break, and we'll recapture the broadcast in just a bit on usacurl.org. Stay with us. So we're back here, and Team Lank has a 5-3 lead in the 6th end against Cape Bert. My name's Joe Calabrese. Alongside me is Olympian Pete Fenson. BA taking a quick break. But we're back at it here in the 6th, and Bert Rink has center guards up now, and Rocket's half buried.
Yeah, Patty had called for their first one around that center, but came up a little short.
So Madison looking to make a hit on that rock that's half buried around the center. This has got a curl. There's the late finish. Got half a stone, may even stick around.
With that nice hack to board weight, has such a good finish.
Yeah.
You really don't have to be all that close to the guard to make that shot.
Looks like that's just outside the rings. So Emily Anderson has a chance to make this a little bit better around that guard.
Line looks a little tighter this time.
Working hard to get it around. Looks like it's going to crash. Maybe tap themselves up. Not enough for a shot.
Even still tapped it under the red, which keeps Patty from using it at all right now.
Yep. It's tappable themselves. It's always a good thing. Give yourself some options. So, looks like Anna Bauman's looking to play the peel here. Maybe play the double peel, but it's over curling on her. It's going to stick out front. Couple mistakes here.
She can hit that anywhere on the high side and either make some sort of a double or at least roll the shooter away.
Instead of two rocks up there or one, you have three now. And so Emily Anderson has a chance to come around again. Never like giving good curlers the same shot twice. This one's got a little more on it.
Line's pretty good.
Line's real good. Just got to slow down. Starting to die. Sweepers, no interest.
Either want this above the button or well back in the forefoot here so they have room for another one if they get a chance.
And Patty doesn't even deliberate. Their stone's got to go. Call this the peel of shame. I don't know if you call it that. In Rochester, that's what we call it.
And I'm just trying to catch this one on the high side as well and make a couple of these guards go away.
Much better result than the first. Leave some access to that shot in the back four. Spreads their rocks out a little bit. They do have the hammer. Need some access to the forefoot.
Well, it looks like it might be on in the top of the rings. Or close enough so Kate's not happy leaving it there. Looks like she's
playing a quiet weight hit here, it looks.
I think she's going around again.
Oh, all right.
She had talked about hitting it.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right.
I think she changed to the draw. Trying to get a second one under that center guard.
It's got to come off of that rock, though. It's going to push it in for sure. A little chap. Cover up her own shot stone.
That's one of the few we've had under curl.
Yeah.
So far.
Bit of a surprise. It wasn't like it was heavy. The weight was real good. Just found a spot that a little less curly than others.
Yeah, or maybe just straightened a little bit. on release.
Do you find, and some people have said after this fifth end break, they sweep the ice and the ice gets a little faster. Do you find it maybe gets a little straighter too, or is
Well,
that?
that's the theory. I think it varies. In my opinion, it varies from rink to rink, and the climate inside the building.
Mhm. How aware are you of those types of conditions when you're playing? I mean, is it something that you can know about it, at a fifth end break, or is it something that you just kind of have to figure out in the sixth end yourself?
Well, by this point in the week, you should know.
Yeah.
The conditions should be relatively consistent normally. So it's definitely something that we talk about and at least are aware of from especially after the break. The other thing we can use a little bit is visually. Sometimes you can learn something by just taking a look at the ice. You can see if there's a nice sheen on it, or sometimes if there's a lot of moisture in the air, it starts to frost up a little. So those are just some gauges, when we're trying to monitor the ice conditions and the changes.
So that stone was meant to be, I think, more guard-like than draw-like, kind of over curls under the Lank stone. Shot rock's half exposed. Pete, Brian and I have a theory we've used over the last few nationals that good curlers are good golfers. Are you a good golfer?
I would say no.
Yeah? It's that attention to detail, the sheen of the ice, it's sort of like reading a green in golf. We just feel like there's just a lot of people who tend to fit that category.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts of the game of golf that are similar to the game of curling. I know I've spent a lot more time on the curling ice than the golf course. That might have something to do with my lack of proficiency.
So Lank comes down, sort of corner freezes on that stone. I think Bert has an opportunity to corner freeze back.
I think Patty had a chance to actually tap that yellow stone out of the back of the rings. Even if she rolls it, a little bit in the open, at least to lie two. By throwing the freeze back there, it's so deep, being in the back of the forefoot, that leaves the door open a little bit for Kate here.
So the stone's away. Looking for a big chunk of the button here.
It looks like it's got to go a little.
It's pretty close.
They want to get it all the way to the button though and try and get shot.
They got off it just a bit and kind of cover shot stone. Not the best result there.
Geez, and the line was perfect too. They could have swept that right down on the red one. That baby's in there good if they get it frozen.
So just looking around the sheets here, some games are getting a little bit out of hand. It's 5-2 Brown over Moulton over here on sheet A after 5. It's 7-2 Christensen over Wapola after 5. 3-2 McCormick over Sormanen over on sheet D. A lot of interest in that game, I think. And it's 8-1 over on sheet E. Nina Roth just taking control after a 4 in the 4th and a steal of 2 in the 5th.
So Patty's looking at throwing the in-turn here. The one thing she has to be a little careful of, if she was talking about corner freeze in the yellow. I think Kate can come in there with the out turn as well, down to the back, down to shot rock. Patty may be better off to try and get another one in the 4-foot here. If Patty makes a corner freeze on the yellow, Kate wraps one around on the out turn side, I don't think Patty can score.
Pete, it's just me. I love lining up crazy shots. I'm looking at those staggered guards out there. Can they get to the 4-foot? Bounce Lankstone out. Maybe you sit 3. I don't think we're gonna find out because this rock's gonna kind of take it away. But I love doing that stuff.
Yep, finish it. Go, 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 go. All right.
I'll remember that if we ever play.
Yeah. I've played you once in my life. It didn't help me at all. So lining up stones didn't help when you can't execute.
Are we won?
I don't think. No, I don't think we will be.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we will be.
Okay. So about here then, eh?
Yep.
So we can get around our bad boy?
Yep.
Okay.
So Patty's a little heavier than she wanted to be there, Joe. Kate's got a chance to throw into the button here.
I think if we come down to their back one,
Yeah, I think if she makes it real good here,
so that
Patty's gonna have a real tough
that
time
option's
scoring.
there, but would like have to exercise that option. So I'm gonna throw just about the same, okay? With a little more ice. How's that? Better? T?
No line.
This looks heavy
No line.
to me.
Yep, no line.
Just aiming top button.
No, no. Nope. Nope, never.
Looks
Nope,
like it's
never.
got a
It's got to
Sit a
check up
little, yeah.
quick.
Over. Gotta go over.
It's trying. It's gonna sit for second shot. And Patty has a draw here. Touching the button, she gets her 2.
draw for 2, same track that she just threw her first one on.
Pretty much the same shot.
I imagine she'll be awfully close. Just aiming for the tee line.
You were here last time.
Patty doesn't need less ice. She was talking to Maureen about where the broom was. She just needs to get this in there full 4.
So as Pete and I huddle under the rosy glow of the space heater,
Whoa.
Patty Lank has her last
Oh,
rock.
it's gotta curl a long ways.
Trying to just nuzzle it in there.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
It's looking pretty good right now.
Nice shot, Patty.
Nicely done. Patty Lank scores her deuce and is going to go up 7-3 after 6. And Kate Bert will have the hammer going into the 7th. So many generous donors from the curling community contributed to ensuring the 2015 USA Curling Nationals were available to you through this web stream. At this time, we'd like to recognize a few of the donors who contributed to the program with a gift of $1,000 or more. Thank you to Robert Bridgman, David Flippo, Dean Gemmel, Rich Lepping, Ben Tucker, Russ Lemke, and Bill Peskoff. Thanks again. We do appreciate it. So, Patty Lank gets her 2, and Kate really needs to answer here in 7. Over on sheet D, Stormanen takes 2 in the 6th, now leads 4-3 over McCormick. Boy, there is a mess of rocks over here on sheet A. I'm going to see if I can swing a camera.
Go on it early and decide later. This one always dies.
Sheet A is brown and molten, and I can't even tell who's shot, but it just seems like every rock is in play.
It looks like the yellow one just above the tee line might be shot.
14 rocks in play, not counting the one in the hack. There must be one behind. Don't see this every day. I think Jordan may just throw this away.
Yeah, I was just trying to decide if she was throwing it away or if she was trying to chip her
yellow
own
in a
in
little bit.
sideways.
Yeah.
Can't hurt it.
Yeah, she's throwing this away. Oh, maybe not.
Wait only.
No, I think she's playing to kick her own in.
Are we coming over too much? No. You're okay
Needs a
still.
little bit of curl here past the hog. I don't think it's going to be there.
That's okay.
It's a good try.
It's way out on
All right. Just wanted to show you a configuration you don't see all the time. So Lank goes in. Corner guard goes up by Bert. It's a little wide. And Patty's just going to throw this through, not to complicate things. Up 4.
Right, Patty just wants to keep things nice and clean now. She'll start peeling.
Yeah, at the same time. Oh, now we're going.
Notice the snow leopard shirts are not being worn today by Team McCormick.
Where is she?
That was an interesting development yesterday.
5. Okay. Lots of room.
So it's final over on sheet E. Nina Roth has defeated
Yep.
Joanne
gotta go.
Smichai
Yep.
9-1.
Still got plenty of room. Plenty of room. Yep. Plenty of room. Plenty of room.
And
A little more. Real good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Careful, careful. Real
means
nice.
Nina's record evens up to 4-4. Still needs some help from the Bert rank. Going to have to somehow mount a comeback in order to avoid Patty advancing. Looks like our 4 teams on the women's side are shaking out here, Pete.
Yeah, it looks like with Patty with this 4-point lead, I'm liking her chances now. She's got to win one of her last.
Oh, and a flash and a peel. Misses both the guard and the stone there on the side, 8 foot.
I'm gonna tuck under ours a little bit. You wanna go here or you just wanna? I like draw. I like the draw.
And the second we start thinking about a Lank victory, an opening for Bert.
Okay. 4 would be great if you can get me a 4. Just 3. All the way, girls. All the way, girls. We're not in. That's okay. Whoa, then. Okay, that's fine.
Roth's got to feel good about that win, though. They've had some uphill battles. They've gotten behind and just not been able to kind of put together their type of ends they need to get back in it.
Yeah, they haven't been quite as sharp this week as some of the other events they've played this season. I know they're a little bit frustrated with the way things have been going.
So
Less rotation.
Lank looking to peel one or both of those corner guards. Gets the top one, rolls it out of play. And Bert gonna try to come under that,
would be
maybe
great.
Christmas tree it a bit.
5's good too.
Have to be a little bit careful when you start throwing second rocks, 2 rocks under the same corner guard. They want to make sure that they don't leave some sort of a double for Patty.
Stay close.
Line only.
So I want to tuck a good bit of this under.
Just a little. Yeah, you're good. Lots of room now. You're good. You're good. Can you freeze them?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Yep, right to it. Right to it.
You ran out of broom room. Nice shot.
Real nice. Atta girl.
So Patty's gonna peel the guard again, I think.
She's peeling the guard, or might be able to make the double in the house too.
One lead. Heel.
As long as she hits part of something yellow, I think she's happy.
Yep. Nicely done. Those two might be able to be dealt with later now, so just going to throw another guard on those.
Just a 3-4.
Okay.
Okay.
They're frozen together nicely. That top one's almost completely glued on the back one.
What do we got? Okay.
Easy.
I'd like a lighter. We'll just give it time. Whoa, not yet.
No, no. Let it go.
Stay
Let
close,
it go.
though. Yep.
Kate's calling for a biter here. I think I'd rather
Yep,
leave
yep,
this a
finish
little
it.
short
Yep.
if she's going to
Yep.
throw the corner guard.
For line, for line, for line. That's fine.
Bert getting a little greedy, trying to get a little biter out there. Kind of lines some stuff up here.
Yeah, when they get so close together, it makes those doubles and triples quite a bit easier.
Should be able to eject two here if it's thrown right.
The other option there would just be to throw a freeze on the red, but the corner guard protects the two that she's got. Throwing it in the house just leaves Maureen Stolt something she can smash in there.
And then hits two out, rolls in for second count. So now Lank sitting 1 and 2.
Okay.
Control this way.
Yeah. Control.
Control. Control. Control. Yep. Yes.
Steph Jensen looking to make
Yeah.
a hit and a roll.
Hard. Hard. Yep.
Hard. 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 Get a roll.
Roll.
It's fine.
I think they're rolling that the wrong way. They roll it over on top of their own and leave Patty a double. If they roll it towards the middle and spread them out,
Patty might have been forced to hit the open one. Then you can complicate matters later, but if it stands just off nose here, removes both stones. And I think rolling the other way, I think you're right, Pete.
Patty's throwing the out turn, it looks like. In turn,
In
across the
turn.
face.
Oh, did it jump on her? Oh, nice shot. Rolls her shooter in front of her other stone, too. Bonus. I think that one might be a 5 out of 5, Pete.
It was nice of Kate to roll it over there and make that double so short.
Yeah.
The only way to get two.
Is it freeze? Yeah.
She sits on top of us.
So we'll still have the same
We'll
shot.
still
for one.
have two options, right?
It's the replay.
How do I get there?
Here it comes.
Get in the middle of the 8 foot.
Yeah.
So all that's left for Kate here is she's going to try and freeze the red one on the back of the forefoot.
We're not 100% sure on that ice. I think that's right. It does go. Because to get you to button, I was outside the 8-foot, right? Anytime I've had you come in. Just T-weight right to it.
Stay close line. Yep.
Now
Pull
Bert
line
needs
a
to
little bit.
freeze to that one in the
Pull.
back.
Wait.
The key is
Stay
to keep the
close,
line
Yep.
good
Yep,
early and
close.
let it finish in there.
Yep. Come on, girls. All the way. Hard.
Pretty close.
Hard. Hard. Hard all the way.
Oh, just ticks
Nice,
it.
good shot. That's okay.
Good weight there. Just need a little bit more brushing earlier.
This side, right? Take a nice nose. A little flop.
Looks like just a nose hit for Patty. It doesn't really matter if she kills the back one.
It's pretty straight on this side, isn't it? Doesn't it come? Oh.
So maybe I should just throw that field again, okay? But I can come off that and still make it, so.
Okay, nice throw.
Wait again.
Nice throw. Here we go.
I think Wapola just stole one in the Christensen-Wapola game. Going to be down 7-4. Debbie McCormick is still thinking about a shot. Sormanen made a terrific draw around to a rock that McCormick had put just beyond the tee line. So, Lank's last stone here.
Looks like she's just throwing an out-turn peel. Just needs to make contact with the yellow one.
Shooter's touch. It's two separated, and Bert's going to be forced to draw for one.
Full red? Yep, full red.
McCormick is getting ready to shoot her final stone.
Same thing.
Over on sheet D, you're going to need an in-turn draw to the button. Score one.
Is that the same ice we had before?
It's a whole lot of light on sheet D. And Sormanen, I believe, stole one
I
there.
think for weight.
We'll see. They're looking it over. Maybe more than
Full
one.
red. Full four. Yes, line. Yep. Yep. Hard. Come on, girls. Hard. Yes, hard.
Looks like it needs to go a little bit, Joe.
Hard. Hard.
Gotta get to the forefoot.
You got it. Hard.
Come on, guys, hard.
Hard to red. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Full 12 for sure. Yep.
That's all right.
Gives up a steal of one, and
Okay.
Lank takes one, leads 8-3. I know the rest of the field would love for Bert to continue. I know they're thinking about it. Looks like they're going to keep going. So championship events provide USCA members with the opportunity to challenge themselves and connect with curlers from around the country, and in some cases, the world. But these events would not be possible without our timing and on-ice officials. Consider experiencing the excitement of championship games from the ice level by becoming a USCA certified Level 1 or Level 2 official. I think at this point it makes sense for us to shift our attention from the game on sheet C to the game on sheet D between McCormick and Sormanen. And McCormick has hammer down 2 in the 8th end. They're just getting underway, and Sormanen drops one right in the top forefoot. McCormick's going to put up the corner guard. You can see Debbie on the far right of your screen. We're just shifting cameras over, so as soon as we can get that to you, we will. And there we are. So, a little different situation here, Pete. We got a 2-point game in the 8th.
Yep, Deb just throwing a corner there, trying to get her deuce going here in the 8th end.
McCormick's playing the Redstones, has hammer this end. So Vicky Persinger brings it in.
Yep.
Stephanie is going to be asked to draw around. I like that McCormick's going to use that corner guard.
Let it curl. 6. Okay, room. Close. 7. Yep.
For Deb now, she can actually try and score this deuce without taking too many chances. It's only 2 down.
Back post. Nice shot. Good throw.
Nicely done. Drifts a little deep, but should be fully buried. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference as Tara Peterson's going to be asked to rip this guard.
Yeah, good enough. The object there is just to get it around the guard and force them to peel.
All the way, yep. All the way. All the way here. Yep. Hard roll, Vic. Double.
Pete, it's so cold up here. Are you looking forward to getting back down on the ice for their next game?
Yeah, where it's warm. I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking about the ice box.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly up here. This is probably the worst we've had it since the first day.
Feels like you left the window open.
Oh, damn, were we supposed to close that?
How are you supposed to know?
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so stays biting the 12-foot and moves some things around.
Not a bad result. There's still
This one? I don't mind.
Deb's still got something going here. There's still what I would call a corner guard, short. With 2 red rocks in the rings. Eileen's going to make some sort of a play here. Try and hit and stay and be first and second.
Clean, Walt. Clean. Curl. 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 Nice shot.
Quick score update over on sheet A. Brown took 3. 8-3 lead over Moulton.
Just have this back, too. Play board. Okay.
Deb was talking about throwing the tap back. I don't mind that just because it really reduces the risk of rolling out. She wants to make sure she keeps this shooter in the ring somewhere.
If she could cross the face here a little bit, it'd be a really nice shot.
Yep. Yep. Hard, 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 hard.
Gotta hang on. Spins back a little, but not enough. Pretty big mistake there.
Yeah, with this much movement, those hits and stays, you know, they've been a little tricky this week. You got to find. We've been talking quite a bit about finding the right weight for those shots to make sure you get just a little bit of curl. But you can see there that one kind of took off, and they weren't able to hold it.
So allows Monica Walker to peel this out of the house. Got to watch where this roll goes. Don't want to be under that guard.
All the way.
Kind of like that. Don't want to be there.
Yeah, that's not perfect. Would have been just as well. They'll just let it turn over and roll all the way out of the rings probably.
Yeah. So Courtney George has a chance to suck one around that corner guard, sit right on the forefoot, or even all the way down to the one in the back 8.
Hey, Lil Les. I like your first one.
If you're interested in what happened on our feature sheet, it's a wide open house. They're into Vice Stones.
Stay low then, Rock. Watch the slide path.
Court thinks maybe right down the middle in the slide path. She wants the sweepers to make sure that that rock doesn't sit down hard. Sometimes late in the game the pebble starts to wear and the speed comes off those rocks in a hurry.
Winds up almost side by side.
Either or.
Yeah, she wouldn't have minded having that another foot higher at least, if not
Here, that's
top
fine.
4, but she's still shot back there, so Eileen's gonna, looks like she's gonna peel it out. Even if she hits the yellow guard, they'll be happy about that. That won't disappoint too much.
That's good.
Like that. At least that one's open now in the back.
Freeze down to that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, just freeze. Try and keep it on the inside.
So is that one like T-line? Or no, the one on the side that I'm freezing up to.
It's a little tight, but it's okay. Okay, room. Gotta be 7 though. Line's good. Whoa, room. Gotta be 7 though. Gotta be T.
Yep.
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 Hard.
Right up.
Hard. Go. All the way. Great shot.
Well, it's pretty much perfect.
Yep, that's exactly where they wanted it. Forcing Eileen to just hit the open one. It's a great draw. You can see they just let that run. Deb took enough ice so the rock could run a little, and then when it turned over, they could just sweep it for distance and for line, and they were still able to keep it on the inside, frozen.
Seems like all week Eileen's been making every kind of shot, so it's a lot of nose here. She's going to be shot rock. Will be something McCormick's going to have to deal with. Spins a bit. I think McCormick's shot.
We're still shot.
They freeze down to that one now?
Yep, they can freeze right there.
It's kind of tricking me because straighten it out a little bit, I think. But it hits the slide path, it kind of dies too, so. Yeah, that looks nice. This back tee. Yeah, yep, sounds good.
So once again, they probably like to get this really close to nose, but maybe freeze it just a hair on the inside. A hair on the center line side of that yellow one. Just want to try and make any doubles for Eileen as hard as they can, as difficult as possible.
Line's nice. Line's really nice. Need an 8.
Whoa.
Got a little ways to go yet. Whoa. Gotta move. Here it comes. All right, line's
Really
pretty
just
good
have to
now.
make sure they get this
Line's really good.
to the tee line.
Yep.
Hard.
Weight looks
Whoa, whoa,
really
whoa,
good.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Great shot, Deb.
Well, you can't throw that much better.
Those are two beauties
Yeah.
back to back by Courtney and Deb.
Puts Storman in a pickle here.
Now you can see with that pile of rocks on the left side of the sheet, the red one on the right side of the sheet, it's almost impossible to remove as well.
Yeah, you would think, oh, you know, just peel the one that looks easy to peel, but I'm not sure where that is.
I don't think any of them look real easy to peel.
Yeah, I mean, you may be able to hit this on the outside and get this to squirt out the side.
This one will go out if Eileen can throw enough smoke here. It will go, but she's got to hit it a little high and got to hit it awfully hard. The other thing is just to hit it on the nose, I think, is the call. If she hits it on the nose, she stays frozen.
Yep, all the way up. Hard.
Can't bounce at all.
Nope, wants to stay right on the nose.
This looks like it's a little low. Oh, this gives McCormick a chance for 3.
Sounds good.
Those 2 freezes are just too good.
Yeah, both of them absolutely perfect.
So Debbie has a chance to take the lead in an even end. So long as she hits and doesn't roll away. So Kate Bert takes 1 in the 8th end and now trails Patty Lank 8-4 in the original feature game.
Whoa. 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 Whoa, nothing. Right off. Right off.
Melissa's got to curl up to get the 3.
She's got a curl for, she might kick her own out and only get 1.
Oh my. Big mistake there. I'm going to take a look, I'm sure. It looks like 1.
Well, 1 for sure. I'll get this one out of the way.
Interesting, there was nobody there from Eileen's team to try and get that back a little further.
I take a measure just to be measured.
So they're going to measure it. I think I'm 2 and 1 now on these. I'm going with yellow.
Just a little.
So we're a little behind the sheet here, so the angle's not perfect.
Sorry.
Big point here.
Replay the edge.
So Pola steals 2 in the 8th. Now just down by 1 going into 9 here. They've got a center guard. They're going to put a second one up. Christensen looked as if she was going to close out that game a couple ends ago. Speaking of closing out games, Erica Brown defeats Jordan Moulton. And Erica is going to move up to 7 and 1. Top the leaderboard. Brian indicates to me he was right, I was wrong. 2 and 2 so far, 50%. So McCormick gets 2. And for that, she's tied this game up going into the 9th. Curling is one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. The number of curlers and fans continues to grow each year. USA Curling is working to ensure we can continue to bring coverage events to you, including news and updates in the magazine and newsletter, live streaming of nationals, and television programming like Curling Night in America, airing on the NBC Sports Network. Please consider making a donation to help ensure USA Curling can continue to bring coverage of the curling world to you by visiting our website, www.usacurl.org, and clicking on the Donate Now button.
Oh, my eyes are hurting. I thought that was yellow. Okay.
So, tie game in the 9th. If you're Stormman, what do you want to be thinking here? You gonna try to blanket, or are you gonna try to get your 2?
Well, that's a good question. And I mean, in this situation, she can do either. I mean, I'm sure that the team has had a little meeting between ends and decide how they want to approach this. Because obviously, 2 in the 9th is fantastic, but so is the blank. I mean, anytime you come home tied up with hammer, you got to like your chances to win. So we'll see what they decided. She's going to the side.
What does that tell you?
Well,
What she's thinking.
She wants to keep this nice and open. She doesn't want to get things too complicated. A lot of times when you throw it to the side, you're leaving it to your opponent to decide what's going to happen. If Deb walks over and hits this one, that's fine by Eileen. She'll return the favor and see if they can get the blank.
All the way, girls. All the way, you're pulling it.
9th end strategy is always the most interesting to me, especially in a close game.
Great sweep. Good.
There's always the discussion, where would you rather be, 1 up without or 1 down with? Where do you come out on that?
It varies a little. I typically like to be ahead.
10.
I know there's some stats on that, but the ice conditions dictate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes with ice it swings this much.
Good shot.
The deuces are a little easier, but you can make so many soft weight shots when the ice is like this that you don't mind being a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
I probably don't have as firm of opinion as I should on that.
Yeah.
That probably depends now on, as it moved on to coaching, who your skip is too.
No, I don't know that that's really a factor for me. I'm typically pretty comfortable in both situations
Yeah.
to start the end.
So what's that transition been like to coaching?
Well, it's been interesting. We've really been had a busy year, and we've had a lot of events and been working a lot with the guys. But it's been different being behind the glass all the time, and
Yep.
and not being able to help out by throwing any shots. But I think we've made some progress, and guys have had kind of an up and down season, but they're playing pretty good right now, and seem to be getting things going the way they want them and the way I want them. So I like the way things are starting to look.
So wide open here, just trading hits. No one's been able to get under that guard. Amelia Yochis up next. Shot rock keeps creeping up into the house now, though, so a couple more hits on the nose. That might be out of the rings altogether.
Yeah, I think Deb's trying to roll this to the center line.
Good shot.
So rolls it back on. A little closer to that center guard. Eileen's going to try to take this and roll it away.
Eileen's trying to keep it away from the center guard. Deb's trying to get it closer to behind the center guard. So a little back and forth here. See who can make the rolls the best.
This one looks like it may roll right out.
It's important to stay there because in doing that, more than likely we'll keep Deb away from this draw. But with that rollout, you can see Deb's quick to go around and try and
try to force the issue here.
Yeah, she's looking for a 1-point score. If it's her stealing one, or if she can force Eileen to take one, I think Deb's pretty happy.
Yes, Feline. Yes, Feline. Hard, girls. Yes, Feline. Hard. Where is it? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Lot of weight, lot of weight. Okay. Nice shot. Ah, sorry.
Court might have got that going just a little bit on release.
Over on sheet B, Christensen up one. Has a few rocks in the 4-foot area on the center line. She's looking for a guard. Oh boy. Monica Walker with the air ball. And Courtney George has a chance to cover this up now. Get top 4.
Not a smart miss by Monica Walker there. She's got to make sure she makes contact with anything there.
They're choosing to come around on the intern side. Indicates to me she's trying to get behind the guard more than she is trying to protect the shot she's got.
Yeah, she's trying to get one in there a little better. That one on the back of the 4-foot, obviously wide open and too deep. So asking Court to just get one around to the top of the 4-foot.
Trying to warp in there now.
Line's pretty good. They'd like it to stop just a little.
No, don't even look. Nice shot.
Just above the tee line.
Back 4, wait. Come here, just get the...
This complicates things for Sormanen now.
Yeah, at this point she may be shifting gears here. The blank isn't looking very good anymore. She's going to try and tap this to the back of the 4-foot and set up a little pocket.
9. Hold on. Hold. Back line. Wanna go down to the back line?
This is running kind of straight too. I'll get a little finish, but going to be second shot.
Yeah, a little heavy again. She just wanted to tap it to the back of the 4-foot, and she's probably 3-4 feet heavy naturally.
Time.
All right, so Pete, you're walking out there now. What are you thinking on the way down?
Forcing them to one isn't
Oh, I'm thinking we're going right around this guard again. They're talking about hitting one in the back of the house.
Coming around on the intern side?
Well, they just threw 2 around the intern way.
Around the outturn.
I wouldn't mind just going the same way again. They know the ice. They can put it right on top of the other one. And,
I mean, not intentionally, but it's there.
turn the heat up a little bit. I don't think hitting that one on the back of the 4-foot is necessary right now.
I don't know if we hit this or kind of go here.
come up here. Okay. Doesn't have to be second shot or anything. Just okay. Okay. Okay.
That was a pretty short interaction there.
Yeah, it was interesting that Bill said it didn't have to be second shot. I think maybe they can't get second shot, but it looks like if they just freeze to the red one on either turn, looks like they're in there far enough for second shot. Yeah, they'd be full 4.
Yeah.
Like a 5.
What would be the concern of going all the way in?
Well, you have to be a little bit careful that you don't set up a double. If you freeze them together or get them too close together and don't get the shooter under the guard properly, could leave a double or even a triple by going this way. Another benefit to throwing it around on the in-turn side. So you probably won't line it up onto the back red.
Got room. Room.
Hold on.
Wait if you can.
Girl.
But
Wait if you
the
Yeah.
the nice thing about the
Gotta go,
outturn is
gotta
you
go.
can see that the shot rock's exposed a little bit on the
Gotta
outturn side. So
8
if she happens to come up a little bit
Still got
short
lots of room. 8 foot.
and doesn't get
Hard.
second, it still guards that.
Hard.
Come on, you're almost there.
Hurry.
Yep.
Hard.
All the way,
Hard.
all the
Whoa,
way.
whoa,
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 whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, good shot, Deb.
Covers a little bit more of that outturn side.
Just here.
Gonna force Sorman into a draw.
Eileen's going to play the corner freeze. Deb's going to have to guard it. But all Eileen's going to have then is to try and draw for 1.
Just get a corner on it.
But the other thing Eileen could probably do is try and tap out the one that Deb just threw and roll to the side and be second and third.
Kind of reestablish that outturn tap.
That's good. I got room. Hold on. You wait then. Just do it. Yep.
She could also run that guard in there, but Deb's just going to hit the open one anyway, so
All the way hard. Yes. That's hard. Come on.
Get it by.
Oh,
Can
you
get
got
by.
it.
This is pretty good.
Whoa.
It's a real good shot.
that's about as good as she can make it.
I think you're right. I think they're gonna have to guard this.
Yeah, I don't know that you have anything else except to either guard or come to here. Guard. Okay.
Could you hit and kind of get a little tiny chunk of the button there in the backside?
Yeah, maybe, but
Yeah, there's nothing really on this side.
got to be a little bit careful because
On
you have
this
to get
side?
kind of close to that yellow one on the top of the button, and you hate to you'd hate to rub that going by.
Try to pick it on this. So either have to go here or come to here, I think.
You have to guard it.
Probably not worth the risk. I think the guard's probably the safest here.
Okay.
So they're gonna put it out there.
All right.
Well, I think we need the guard.
Be a little careful where they put it. If they put it too close to the rings, she may leave Eileen
Yeah, you can be way out here.
run
yeah.
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
for
Yep,
2.
it could be on the 4-foot line. Yep. How much room do you want? Good.
Kim Wapala staring at quite a few Christensen stones on the 4-foot. Looks like she's gonna try to make some sort of angle raise in. Well,
Line's
she's
good.
drawn through the hole, I think, instead. I was wrong.
Mine's good.
I think she was trying to wick in somehow, but didn't work out. And
You're going too much. Whoa.
Christensen's going to have a draw for 4, I
Whoa,
think.
Just let it die. Let it die. All right, Deb.
And squeaked pretty deep in there. There's a chance.
Just a touch more weight.
Yeah. Maybe a hair left. Yeah.
playing the tap for 2 here, I think.
Like back 8, wait. Just bump it.
Any chance to get that out for 3?
Boy, I don't know. I know they really go in there. I mean, she's got to get the weight perfect. She's only got to tap it out of the 4-foot. The other thing she has is the out-turn straight back on that guard that Deb just threw. She's going to clip the yellow that's frozen on the red on the button. That would also be for 2.
Rocks away.
Stay close. Nothing, nothing. Come on, come on.
Hard, Tara.
Yeah, probably just a little extra weight there, Joe, and
Yeah.
it didn't break for her the way she wanted it to.
Need to miss the guard a little less. So McCormick steals 1. Going to have the lead going into the 10th. Storming with the hammer. We have handshakes over on sheet B. So Christensen wins that game 11-6 with a 4-pointer in the 9th end. C is over. Patty Lank with the victory over Kate Bert. So just the 1 game left out there. Lank with the 11-4 win. Gets 3 in the 9th. So this is it. Last game out here. 1 end to go. And Pete will snuggle up under his electric blanket for the next hour and a half or so.
Hour and a half.
Until you get down. You have to, then when you get out of the ice, it'll be nice and warm. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, not very often do I look forward to going out on the ice where it's warm.
So, McCormick Stone drifts into the house deep. Kind of gives Eileen a free corner guard.
A free corner guard and 1 in the back of the house, which is something that Eileen can use as well. Don't know that that's going to be all that good for Deb back there.
No. So, with the Lank victory, we have our 4 playoff teams. It's Christensen, Sormanen, Brown, and Lank. We just don't know which game each is playing in just yet. They're separated by just 1 game. So, the next draw is going to be pretty important. That draws at 8 p.m. tonight. Our feature game is going to be Brown-Roth. Right next door to them is going to be Lank Christensen, so we'll be able to keep an eye on that pretty well. And then Sormanen is playing Bert over on sheet E.
That curled up really nicely. That weight.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep, yeah, don't you think? Yep, yeah, yes, hard. Hard, go, go, go. That's good. Very nice.
It's interesting that Deb's called these both in the house.
Kind of indicates, I think, that she's hoping for a force.
Eileen only needs 2 to win.
Yep. Line up.
Looks like she can probably actually get it around the corner guard and be shot. I think that 1 in the back of the 8-foot's deep enough.
We're close. Mine's good. Finish it a little. Whoa. Great shot.
Nice weight control right above the tee line. Shot rock. McCormick's going to have to go in again. Try to shrink that scoring area.
Line's good. Whoa.
Amelia
Over.
Yochis.
Okay. 8. Lot of room. 8. No, no.
Got to make sure they keep it above the tee line.
No. No.
Looks a little heavy. Heavy's not good. They don't need any more in the back of the house.
Good way, Cole.
It's gonna go right on through. And now, what do you do if you're swarming in?
Yeah, double or
Just here.
I'd like to move this one out of off the center line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 10 though. Okay.
That's about the only thing that Deb has going for her right now is that one right in the top of the house.
You want to roll towards their corner, or you want to roll further away, the other direction?
Rolling into the corner's good. Just gotta just want to get it off the center line, really.
Hurry! Perfect. Check.
So it makes the double off in the back. Sits 2, not off the center though. And McCormick has another chance to freeze down to that stone. One of those times when the double isn't the most effective shot you can make.
Yeah, they weren't playing the double there. I don't think they were trying to roll the shooter one way or the other. Thought they were trying to roll it towards the guard. But
Hard! Hard, guys, gotta go! Hard! Yep! Yep, all the way. Hard, hard, hard. Roll it for guard, roll it for guard. Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay.
Spins for a center guard. Suppose his shot rock a bit.
Now they're just ladder. Up here?
yeah. Bring it under if it's good. You have 4 roll? Or do you think less? Okay. Because we can be anywhere from 3 to 11.
so Eileen's asking Tara to just. I think they're just kind of throwing it over in that vicinity.
Yeah.
And
Hold on.
I think they said if
Do you need it?
the line gets good, we'll take it in.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
This one's not curling as much as the other ones.
Perfect. Whoa.
That lines up an interesting situation.
Right here. Yep. They've got that.
I think it's pretty good for Sormanen.
Here.
Yeah, that that yellow one is
Like here it's good, then they
lined up dead at the button.
I could just, it's either that or straight guard.
Probably be in Deb's best interest to try and move those a little bit and just rearrange them. She can't go around
Room.
because Eileen can hit that red one anywhere really and
Lot of room.
run it back into the button.
Line's good.
That freeze is probably still a pretty good call too.
Okay, whoa then. Nope, not curling. Close. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa then.
If,
Okay,
if your goal is to hold them to 1.
fearless. Nice shot. That's okay. No worries.
Because whether you give up 2 or 3 doesn't make any difference. may as well make one really good. That one's behind the guards, but I don't know. Can you drag one in there and hit it out? If you could, I'd consider it if I'm Sormanen.
So you want it to go left, so you gotta hit this.
Almost straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of weight?
9.
Okay. So just like right here?
Yeah.
What kind of weight? I'm thinking lots.
Yeah.
Try and open this up, hit half a rock, and just
Should drag back pretty good. Probably doesn't even need to.
yeah. I don't think that's too much of a factor. I think she wants to just get this open.
If you clip that on the back going by, that's pretty good.
Yeah, just off nose on the red should make contact in the back somewhere on the red one. A little wobble there. We'll see if it affects the throw at all.
Look at this.
Perfect.
Nicely done.
Just what Monica called. She said she's just going to hit the one in the top and spin off her own into the rings.
Right there, we can go guard too.
They're sitting 2 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got all of those rocks too, but just to let you know, I can
We
just
can
draw.
try this.
I can't really see the angles from here, so.
I mean, you can
It's
get
up
the
to you.
double right here.
Pretty tight to
So
the
do
guard
like
there,
nines?
Pete.
Yeah, it's pretty
9.5?
tight. They're trying to decide if they can make the double. Looks like they probably can. They got to get kind of, like you said, kind of tight to the guard. The other thing they had looked at earlier was the freeze around the top yellow and freeze on the one on the tee line.
Whoa. Close. Yeah. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
It's close, really close.
Great shot.
Oh, great shot. So McCormick now sits 2.
Sweet. Or just here. Which turn? Yeah, no, it's okay.
So the call to hit this and roll under a little.
Yep, just trying to roll to Monica's right.
Little roll, but not a lot.
No, but pretty good because I don't think Deb can roll under, and I'm not even sure if she noses it. If she outcounts the back yellow one, she's got to roll it in the rings, which means she's got to roll it towards that red. Maybe set up some sort of a double for Eileen.
That one in the back of the house. Pesky little counter back there.
Yeah, potentially the winner if Eileen elects to hit on her first one.
Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Hard. Hard. Hard. Hard. All the way. 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 No.
Whoa.
Midge not in.
So now 2 options for Eileen. She can
I think it's worth a 10.
hit the top and roll in, or she can just go around one of those guards.
Here or just draw? I think
I like
so
the
too.
hit and roll to bring that one into
I
play.
think so too. Just one. Play the
Call
option.
timeout.
I don't mind the intern.
We got
Oh, yeah,
full
yeah.
roll.
Inside out, yeah.
Coach Scott Baird making his way out there.
Yeah,
make sure
I
we
like a
stick
10, we can
around.
control it. Because even if you just,
Yeah.
it's not all bad. So we can play a run.
I like the hit. Right, we sit 2 then versus draw.
Hit it to bring.
That's something in 10 and try to anywhere away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sounds good. We want to
Right, you don't want to get
try
too
to
far.
get under.
Like to here,
Half under.
then we want to leave it here. Yeah. So like here or here.
He likes to the center.
I don't mind that either, because she's got to make a really nice roll. And here, yeah, I like this.
Sounds good. So a nice little 10.
How much of a factor is the possible jam in the back here?
It's always a possibility. They're quite a long ways apart, but they have to obviously be aware that, of where that rock is. So Tara has to know for the sweep call, so she hits this in the right place.
I mean, the only way to get to sit 2 is to roll in. It's sort of directing that rock back.
The way they're playing it, they're really only hitting a half a rock or less. They're not throwing it very hard. So it
shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a factor.
Stay close.
But she needs to stay on the paint.
Yep.
Hard!
Yep, hard.
Uh-oh.
Shouldn't be a factor. Winds up being a factor. And Debbie has a chance to hit and roll. Kind of force Eileen to a draw to the,
Yeah, that was
the 8-foot.
a missed sweep call there. They definitely had to make sure that they had a long ways to roll. I mean, Scott even told them on the timeout that you can roll way over on the side if you want to hit it. You know, if you hit it thin enough, just have to make sure you miss the back one. I didn't see our extra ends in my contract.
I know that you're looking for kindling to start fires back here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Never.
Oh boy.
All right, Deb.
No, she's good.
Gonna stick around. Nope. So, draw for one. Go to next end. Just need touch paint.
Mine's good. Follow you. It's not moving too much.
Doesn't have to move, just a weight shot.
Starting to catch this curl. Good throw. Good judge, guys. One yellow.
And we're going to win extras. Deb McCormick is going to have the hammer in the 11th end. All tied up with Eileen Sorman in 6-6. The web streaming of the 2015 USA Curling Nationals is being brought to you through the generosity of the curling community. Please consider supporting similar programs and the growth of the sport in the United States with your own donation to USA Curling. Donations can now be made through our website at www.usacurl.org, clicking on the button Donate Now. So, wouldn't be drawing these championships without some sort of extra end. Almost every session has had one. And now we've got one. I think it's pretty important to those playoff teams that are not in that high performance program. They want to see McCormick pull this one out. Give them a chance at the Worlds. Lead stone's pretty critical here for the Sormanen rink. Gonna want to put up a guard. Have some interested spectators out here.
Finish it. Finish it. Yep, hard. Get it over. Get it over. Good throw.
Nicely placed center guard there. Just off the center line.
Like push it in here.
Okay.
Yep.
And McCormick's going to play
You can play a hack. Backline to hack.
backline to hack weight tick. Try to push that Sormanen stone into the house, into the back.
Play the tick. Tick. Hack.
She's trying to open up the middle. All Deb wants to do is leave a path to the 4-foot for
more.
herself for her last one.
There you go. There you go.
You got it.
Little up, hack.
Okay, whoa,
Hack or more. Just
whoa.
hack.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Hack.
Whoa. No, no, don't have it.
Yeah, hack forward.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Yep. Hard. Great shot.
Some late finish there, maybe picked. And even saves the shooter. Nicely done.
Great shot by kicking it into the rings. Now if they want to hit it on the next rock, they can.
Peterson being asked to put up another center guard.
Just got to curl a little bit. Trying to get it all the way to the center.
Sorry, this is Persinger, not Peterson. So Debbie hitting what she can hit right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Doesn't really need to stay here. Hitting and rolling out's fine.
All the way out. Yeah, no. Whoa, whoa. Like that. Okay.
So Sorman recognizing that she may need more than one guard to get something buried.
Now the one that Vicky just threw is so close to the rings that even if Eileen goes around it, it's not that long of a double.
Nice, guys. Leave it high. High. Just 1, 2. Oh.
You taking notes about the airflow, Pete? Every once in a while he looks up and he just can't believe how cold it is.
I keep looking. I'm looking for a hole in the ceiling or something.
So Amelia Yochis looking to make a peel.
She might be able to make the double here. Those aren't all that far apart. I think she just catches the top one a little high. Probably make both.
It's close. Oh, nicely done. Under both the red stones. Rolls the shooter.
Nice shot.
2.
It's a pretty good shot there by Amelia Yochis.
Halfway.
Pretty straightforward stuff from here on out now for Deb.
She can avoid the jam. She'll have a pretty wide open house to draw to.
Not too concerned about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's any concern. I agree. It's almost impossible to drive the guard onto that one and spin it anywhere that would be dangerous.
Whoa, clean. Clean. Good shot.
Nicely done. Amelia makes both of her peels, and now it's up to Monica Walker. Put something in a spot that's a little more difficult to take out.
They really need a break here. They need Eileen Sommer's team needs Deb McCormick's team to actually miss one of these peels somehow. The only other thing they have going for them is to come around one of those corner guards, and they still need another miss by Deb on her last.
This one in a pretty similar position. Courtney George's turn this time.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Clean. Well, clean. Clean. Trying to hit this little stick. Okay.
It's their own.
Same thing?
not too much of a concern. Still the whole 8-foot there.
Yeah, Deb doesn't look too concerned. Right now she's got to draw with either turn to the 8-foot.
Line's good. Just halfway. Line's good. 2. Bring it 2. Bring it 2. Good. That's good. Nice shot.
It's like there's a magnet to that spot.
Yep.
Some more of the competitors kind of huddled up,
Whoa! Whoa!
catching the end of this game.
Whoa!
Court might have thrown this back to the
Right
broom a
on.
little bit.
Sorry, Deb. That's okay.
Ooh.
A lot nicer than the men's teams.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hear very many that's okays.
Yeah, that wasn't the reaction for some of the men's teams out there. So Sormanen, all of a sudden with an opening, just to bring one around that center guard.
Top button.
So a big chance for Eileen. She just needs to, on this one, just get it around. Top of the button.
Is it still a 9? Well, mine's good. Yep, stay close.
Waiting for it to turn over a little. There it goes.
Yep. Whoa! Whoa!
Above the tee line if they can.
Just a little deep.
Pretty good though. I mean, Deb's got a... Well, she's elected to draw. Draw on her first as opposed to peeling the center guard.
She's got a full access to the button there.
Line's good. Line's good. Gotta work a little. Gotta work a little. Whoa! 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 Here it comes. It's trying. Not yet.
So one thing to keep in mind is Eileen's draw was almost dead weight.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
This is a little heavy. It's, second or third shot. I don't know, it looks like third.
Yeah. Might as well use it, huh?
Calling timeout in the extra end. That means Scotty Beer making his way out there. That means that we're in the cold for another minute.
I think they can just go down and freeze right on the one that Eileen threw on her first one. Just a hair on the high side and guard the pinhole at the same time. Almost leave Deb nothing.
We don't want to leave a double. That one is. That one's second, I think. It's close for who's third, but we're thinking like bite top button right on the center line. Right. Even up here, make her sure it's okay.
Sure, it's okay, but I mean, if you get right to
right here makes it really tough.
half buried, then she much.
Yeah. So just a hair more. Yeah, third.
Huh?
Just a hair more broom. 'Cause that was dead weight and it curled all the way to here. So sweep weight. Okay.
A little less, a little more, yeah.
Yeah. We were here, so we made like, yeah.
It actually might be yellow.
So who's third actually is probably a factor because it has a lot to do with where Eileen wants to put this one. If red is second shot, Eileen has to be really careful she doesn't set up some sort of a double for Deb. If the yellow one on the side is shot, Eileen has a lot more room to maneuver here.
Mine's good. Yep.
Doesn't look heavy.
I got room. Room. Yep. Hard. Yep. All the way hard. Yes. Yes. Hurry. We'll just leave it if we're short. Well.
Kind of light.
It's really light. Well,
Can you-
Deb's going to have the... well, she can actually probably throw either draw to the button.
Sure. Sounds great. I love it. Okay. Time out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph's ran. How did Steph's run?
Jump.
Spot. I kind of feel like hers might have picked.
By the time Bill gets down there, they may have already decided everything.
That's good to me.
It's a long walk down there.
Looks
Almost
like
the same weight.
looks like she's going to play the tap out.
Touch more.
Yeah,
Or the tap and...
I think you have to move it maybe an inch or two if you're not to the inside of it.
Like that. Thumbs up.
And Bill
back
makes it
line.
about maybe a foot or two into the sheet, and they've made their decision. Deb's already here, ready to go.
So you heard Deb say she can almost throw the same weight that she threw on her first one. Just a heavy draw. Should get lots of finish at the end.
Close. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Not a good sign, an early sweep with lightweight like this.
Oh, we're on the guard.
And Eileen Sormanen is going to win this game,
Nice game.
at least 7-6.
Congratulations.
And I think that's probably what they'll agree on as a final, I would guess. I don't think they'll bother measuring. And that's going to do it here from the noon draw. Thanks, Pete, for joining us for this webcast. Your insight's been very helpful.
You bet, my pleasure, Joe.
All right, we will catch you at 4 p.m. for the game between Brady Clark and John Schuster. So we'll see you then from usacurl.org. This is Joe Calabrese with Brian Anderson and Pete Fenson signing off.